out of time. Pictures in his independent house.
Go ahead empty your pockets. I don't do that. In my prison, you do what I tell you. Get over here. He's gonna get nasty.
One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand, one in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling.
Honorable C notes.
Yeah.
Buddha bless the spirit.
Chill. Superstars out. Brand new cars. We by the bar now. Swaying doors now. Now smash. Shots and goals. Rock the shows. Big bang rolls. Cash. Now she go. For the team. Now she don't skid. Splash. Think about posting up on the ground. Man, the leader. Whole gang in the field. We don't do bleachers. Pockets lettuce. Don't think I'm ready. You got that swag. You got that salt, then sell it. Free mind. Cash them out, we bailin'. Saw my teacher, I was the same student felon. Now I got a lawyer, straight cash, no settlement. I'm out my element, out my element. My the same, don't need no clout, no fame. Bought the game, all brand new chain. Ice, swerve the lane, call the group the gang. Whip that thing, whip it, this shit give me, ooh, yeah.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the architectural wonder that is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Matt Bryant of the Falcons set and ready to kick it off, and we are underway from Atlanta. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go play action here on 1st down. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Brooks Reed in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now Wentz. His throw incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Wentz. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
22!
After the interception, here's Ryan. And his first look is incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They give him a gain of 38. They'll run here with Freeman. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. To throw is Ryan. And that'll be pulled in by the tight end. It's Hooper for the Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Philly's offense getting the ball again here in just a second. But if you look at the NFC picture as a whole, a lot of talk, understandably so, about the Rams and the Saints, the Panthers even. But what kind of chance do you give the Eagles of getting back to the Super Bowl?
I give them a good chance because Carson Wentz continues to get better coming back from the knee injury. They made the deal to get Golden Tate, which gives him another weapon at receiver, and that's starting to get better for them. Zach Ertz has been tremendous at tight end. They need to get healthier in the offensive line, get that back intact, and that defense can be very, very good, especially Fletcher Cox wrecking things from his defensive tackle position. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, a 22. Alshon Jeffrey so dangerous even when the defender's near him.
He's got such a big body, ability to run, positions himself well, excellent control. And you're exactly right. Even if people are draped on him, he often comes up with the catch. He really symbolizes what people are looking for in receivers in today's NFL.
Ertz has it left side. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Wentz now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Wentz to throw again. And he connects with Ertz. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. An Eagle first down there, Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's a Giant. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On play action, it's Wentz. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And Tate's got it. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. First catch so far for Tate, and he's got a first down. They run with Ajayi. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. To throw, it's Wentz. Drops it off to Ajayi. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Wentz now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Now a toss play. It's Ajayi. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for 2nd down. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Now he's forced out right. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Well, that will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny. We had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator, and what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
Falcons coming back out here onto the field. This has been a team that's had an interesting season. The rough start, then they picked it up some. As you look in your crystal ball going forward down the stretch, what do you see for the Falcons?
Well, I think on the surface you would think the injuries are just too much to overcome on the defensive side of the ball. But the way they've been playing recently, They put everything on the offense and just asking the defense to do just enough. And the offense is really giving them great play because Matt Ryan can throw to Julio Jones, Mohamed Sanu, the rookie Calvin Ridley, Tevin Coleman and Ito Smith running it and catching it. They're starting to put up points in big numbers and making people chase them each and every game.
And they may want to start to pad some wins now because 3 of their last 4 in the regular season are on the road, including trips to Green Bay and Carolina. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they get to that end zone real fast.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Second and 10 now. Ryan. Incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked out by Keanu Neal.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now the pitch to Freeman. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Ryan on 2nd down. He'll rifle this one deep right. And this is caught inside the 5. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. He got 29 yards that time.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Now Ryan swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage. His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back.
And he is going to go down, back at the 11-yard line. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. And Bryant's kick is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. They had it first and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got his man. This is Tate. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On second down, here's Wentz. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Tate. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Wentz now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. First and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. Second and 24. Working from the gun, Wentz. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Now Wentz. They set up the screen to Ajayi. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. And the Falcons going to use another timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Pulled in at the 24. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Falcons will be taking over first and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. On first and 10, it's Ryan. He's going to fire one deep, and that's caught inside the 35. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. And Bryant's kick is good. And the lead stretches 16-3 now. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. On 1st down, Wentz. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So 2nd in inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. Shotgun now for Wentz. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A final shot before half for Wentz. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Fletcher Cox there for the tackle. Freeman again. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Going for the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there, Ryan to Jones. 45 yards.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves them from a 3-and-out. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. And that'll be hauled in by the tight end. It's Hooper for the Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Dan Quinn's told his offense, let's try and get 2 more. They'll try and run with Freeman. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. They get the conversion. And, Charles, when you only have 2 yards to go, what do you think of the toss play? Because initially it kind of set you back a little bit.
It does, especially if you get a lot of pressure coming towards you. But if you can get to the edge, if you seal the edge with your blocking, often your tackle or your tight end on what they call the play side where the ball goes, you can get to the corner, and that allows those big guys to get out ahead of the runner.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Ajayi. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So after the run by Jay Ajayi, here's 1st and 10.
82. Here we go. 180.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Sunday.
Wentz going to throw. Now he'll escape to his left. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. And he connects with Ertz. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. An Eagle first down, Wentz to Ertz.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Jack Crawford forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Now Wentz trying to lay one up deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5.
bust it on that beat.
Addicted to ballin', I have to get my cash. The money is calling. Got bands, got bands, got bands. I'm addicted to ballin'. I'm addicted to ballin'. I have to get my ends. I pull up in my pants, flexing, counting my bands. Started getting money. I see how it feels to be rich. I live by the beach now. That's how I should live. Since I was a toddler, I knew that I would become this. I cannot move slow. That's a big no. Gotta chase this money, bankroll after big bankroll. I must get this money. I must get this money. I must get this money, get this money, get this money. I'm addicted to ballin'. I have to get my cash. The money is calling. Got bands, got bands, got bands. I'm addicted to ballin'. I'm addicted to ballin'. I have to get my ends.
Got 100, I need bands. Now look at my dance. What is my jam? Run and get you that bands. Turning that party up. Used to have a my Nautica. You know the money be calling up. Friend, I'm tryna all of ya. Talking about it ballin', watch this. Started let me too quick. Went to Oakland with a few. Took 'em all you break. Yeah. Imagine what I paid for the rollie. Still in the police. 24 carats on my Kobe. Yeah. That for the homies.
I'm addicted to ballin'. I have to get my cash. The money is calling. Got bands, got bands, got bands. I'm addicted to ballin'. I'm addicted to ballin'. I have to get my ends.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the architectural wonder that is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Matt Bryant of the Falcons set and ready to kick it off, and we are underway from Atlanta. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. First down, Prescott. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Takk McKinley in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Prescott from the gun. Looking and finding Allen Hurns. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, get that. Let's go, get out, get out.
A second down throw for Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down.
Hey, 47.
Running with Elliott. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Ryan on 1st down. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. From the shotgun, Ryan looking for the end zone. This is caught. It's Sanu this time for a Falcon touchdown. Mohamed Sanu, 29 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Dallas getting the ball again here on offense, and the Cowboys haven't been able to build a ton of momentum if you look at their 2018 season as a whole, Charles. In fact, the first 7 weeks before the bye earlier in the year, it was kind of like flipping a coin. It was loss, win, loss, win, loss, win. So I don't know what you make of this team.
You would actually expect that coin to come up heads 2 times in a row or tails 2 times in a row, wouldn't you? I think that we'll see the second half belong to Ezekiel Elliott, because the move to get Amari Cooper out wide should open things up a little bit more, and he's such an impact player, and that's how they play best. Him leading, running the football, and establishing the line of scrimmage. And also working in their favor, there's absolutely no one running away with the NFC East.
Yeah, Redskins and Eagles, they're in the mix obviously at the top, but you're right, just above 500. Drops it underneath to Elliott, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Here we go, 47, 47. 26.
Looking to throw. Prescott completes it right side to Cooper. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And again, it's Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They go play action here on 1st down. Now he'll escape to his right. That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A really good pickup of 28 yards. It's been all passing all the time on this drive. 5 for 5, and now 1st and goal.
Feels like a case of until they stop us, we might as well keep running the offense that we like to run. Don't change up and do something different just because you think you need to.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Here go 47. 26.
He's going to get it running right. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Being chased out left. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down.
Hey, we're going right there. We're going right there. 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He can fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Falcon. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play?
Partner, I know I'm supposed to really describe what happened there. I'm counting on you for this one. That was one weird play.
Well, what I was going to ask you, in these situations, shouldn't these guys just dive on the football around the goal line rather than try to make a heroic return?
That's what they're taught, but sometimes in the heat of battle, sometimes that heroic stuff comes to the front when you really don't need it.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. The give is to Elliott. The 13 yards that time and a first.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Tack McKinley in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Prescott. Flush to his right. And incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. To throw is Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. 1:59 to go in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He's airing it out for Sanu. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Here's Matt Bosher now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
47.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And that is incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. 3rd and short yardage. Prescott. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tack McKinley getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Well, Charles, a year ago at this time, I asked you what your Thanksgiving plans were, so I got a funny answer out of you last year. I'm going to ask you again, what are you doing for Thanksgiving this year?
Trying to figure out exactly what time I kick everyone out of my house so I can just hunker down and watch what's left of the football schedule. That's what I want to know.
Oh, come on. Your mother-in-law is coming in. It's going to be a great time at the Davis household.
But she can stay as long as she wants. She's family. But everyone else,
get out.
They have an expiration time.
What about the dogs?
50-50. Depends on how they act that day.
Well, when things go awry, you can just get in the car and head out for the airport because you got a game that weekend.
I certainly do. I will be headed to Charlotte, Seattle at Carolina that Sunday. Looking forward to that one. But even while I'm jesting a little bit about people being at the house, some of you I'm not jesting about. Hurry up and get out.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, 32 yards. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And out now come the Cowboys. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Prescott on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Prescott looks to throw on 1st. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Here's Prescott. Airing it out for Hearns. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Allen Hearns in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. A 5-point game now, as here comes the kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And it'll be a terrific return here as he gets it down all the way inside the 30.
Well, whatever the relationship was between the special teams and the offense, it's gotten a heck of a lot closer after a return like that. The special teams just keep setting them up. The offense thinks they'll go out there and knock them down.
On 1st down, Ryan. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley, 26 yards. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Prescott. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A first down carry by Elliott. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Prescott now on 2nd down. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
Now he's going the other way. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Grady Jarrett able to finally wrestle him down for a huge loss, and that'll take us to 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, standing right on his own 5-yard line. This is fielded at the 27. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And here now come the Falcons. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage. With man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. From the gun, it's Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
To throw again is Ryan. He's got it. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Ryan, escape and intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Following the interception, here's Prescott. On the left side, he finds Beasley. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. First down, Prescott. Over the middle, the connection to Hearns. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. After the interception, here's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Steps away to his left. Getting it out left side to Sanu. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. And it's complete. Hooper. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play. Now
here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. On 2nd down, Freeman. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Ryan. He's going to float this one deep right side. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Switch and 8. Switch and 8.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to go. He's got a man complete. And give him a gain of 37. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Hey, 47. Gun. Switch and 8. 26.
A first down throw for Prescott. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
47.
Prescott from the gun. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. Prescott yet again. Flushed out right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from a yard out. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. Point after, right down the middle. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That one good for 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Throwing now is Ryan.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup, and guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and put the...
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense, as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Ryan wants to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Freeman. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. The Falcons on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Ryan. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
$35 yards that time on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that. But also, you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game. We'll see if they bring that pressure. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.